Before we go into the specifics of your campaign, let's just talk about where we are on this, cold snap coming up. We had a very, very, very mild autumn. Lots of people lots of polls are showing people to say they've just not been putting their heating on. Everyone's been putting on an extra jumper, sitting under a blanket, watching the telly, and a hot water bottle at night rather than putting the heating on. Even if they're sort of quite well healed. A lot of people, though, genuinely, they just don't even know if they're going to be able to put it on at all. How concerned are you for people's? I mean, we're talking about children, elderly, disabled. How concerned for people's health as we approach winter?
Really concerned, obviously, not just for people and their individual needs, but for the planet as a whole, because the whole point is our Energy for All operation, we were planning and working out what to do and what we can do about this problem going on 4 or 5 years ago. So it's not to do with the Ukraine war, or it's not even to do with Brexit. It's to do with the way we live, and we have been living badly for a long time.
What do you mean we've been living badly?
Being greedy, exactly the thing that your last the news this morning was the first one that I heard, and the news was we are sleepwalking. I wrote it down. Sleepwalking into a food chain supply problem.
So I don't understand why are we being greedy. Look, there's no doubt there are long-term issues in terms of our energy, and it's not all to do with Ukraine. It's got sod all to do with Brexit. What's it got to do with being greedy? People want to have heating or have food. That's not greedy.
But because people have got used, we in the West have got used to living at a very comfortable level where we turn the heating on the minute we wake up, or actually the heating's permanently turned on. It's not good if it's bleeding the planet.
It's not good
if it's done to the benefit of some rich people, as you said, to do with Harry and Meghan.
Okay, Harry and Meghan don't benefit from us having our heating on. Diane, this is one of my worries about. This is a really interesting campaign, but the amount of times that people have got really worthwhile charity campaigns, but actually their agenda is, let's all just go back to the Stone Ages, or let's go and live in a communist society.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying stop sleepwalking. Be conscious of what you're doing.
I want to have my heating on whenever I darn well want to have my heating on.
24 hours a day.
Oh, well, actually, sometimes my husband goes to bed late and my daughter goes to bed late and I get up really, really early. Actually, having it on just low level. Actually, yeah, so I don't wake up in a freezing house at 4:30. Yeah.
You said yourself, just low level. The number of people who don't turn it on low level, according to whether the husband's in bed and they're up, and all make adjustments as you go along. You're conscious of what you're doing, obviously. Most people just turn it on to whatever they've got it on at and leave it. It comes on automatically at 7 o'clock. The adverts from British Gas are, put your heating on before you get home, and this sort of thing. You have to be conscious of what you're doing.
I know, people can be conscious. Look, the main thing is people are now conscious because they're worried about being able to afford those heating bills. Those first direct debits came in when it bumped up again. And yeah, we've got the help from the government, but it's still a huge amount of extra money. I want to live in a world where every single person in this country, and indeed every single person on this planet, can put their heating on or their aircon on, whichever they need, any time of the day or night, and be able to afford it. That's the country and the world I want to live in.
Okay, that's fair enough. I agree with you. Good things should be there for everybody. You will not have that as long as the government doesn't do, because what I also wrote down was solutions, and it's up to the government to make it that the gap between the rich and the poor can be changed. They're the ones who are holding the purse. They're the ones who need to make the alterations. And while there's a lot of money, as the man from the train place said, the railway man, there's plenty of money floating around.
But I'm not entirely sure. Look, it makes no difference to me whether someone owns 3 private jets or 1 private jet or none at all, as long as I can fit.
It means you can't turn your heating on in the winter.
No, because someone else owning a private jet doesn't affect what I can do, or what someone who's worrying about whether or not they're having to water down their baby.
I'm sorry, but if there's a lot of money floating around altogether overall, it does affect the poor people if the rich people have got it all in their pockets.
It depends why they've got it in their pockets. Well, again, well, let's talk about your campaign, though, is about energy for all. So you want basically to have energy provided as a sort of a necessity that should be provided for the basics. There's a basic amount that everyone should get, or just people on low incomes should get for free. And then you pay on.
Everyone can get the initial ban for free, because not only the low income people benefit because they've got their energy coming in for free, but the higher income people could actually what they're going to think is, we don't want to pay big bills, because they'll pay slightly more, not horribly more, just slightly more. But if you pay slightly more, you think, oh, I don't want to pay more, and you'd stick to the low level. You stick to your free amount, and it encourages other people, therefore, to use less.
I don't think it encourages them. I think people should be entitled to use what they want. But your point is, it's a necessity, and therefore it shouldn't be something we pay for. But like food's a necessity, isn't it? And water's a necessity, and we pay for those things as well. There has to be a certain amount. I mean, and also the lowest income you're on, you're still getting benefits, which are supposed to pay for some of these things. What we need is these things like fuel to be affordable to everybody.
And food is a necessity. And if we are sleepwalking, we've just had the warning on the news this morning. If we are sleepwalking because A, we haven't got enough workers to do the work, and B, they're not paid properly.
We've got plenty of workers.
Again,
they're
we're
just
back
not
to
all
the
working.
same solution. Make the gap between the rich and the poor. It's the inequality gap.
Socialism. It's always the answer, isn't it? It's always the answer.